everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here bringing you yet another video. In this video, I am doing something a little different. I'm going to try out a new makeup palette. It is from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, that Vault collection. It's called Bling Boss. What the hell is this thing called? Bling Boss. Bling Boss. That's a weird one. This is how the palette looks. All these fun colors. I swatched them all at Ulta and this was one that grabbed me the most. So we're gonna play around with some of these. Now I have no earthly idea what a Jaclyn Hill is or why she has a palette, but I'm going to try this out today. I actually heard about a lot of these beauty gurus through drama channels. My favorite one to watch is Mr. Rich Lux and LeChuchis, his friend. I'm kind of bummed that this thing got re-released. I heard it was like recalled or something, and they kept going around like Ulta and like beauty stores going like, where's the vault? And now I'll never hear that again because it's all re-released, so it's kind of a tear cried right now. And since I actually bought this palette, I think Jaclyn Hill might owe Rich Lux a check. Pay up, girl. Anyways, let's get started on the eye look. I'm gonna dip in with Hush Hush because this looks like the most transitional color. We're also gonna see how this works. I've never used Morphe before, so oh yeah, that'll work. This is all kind of a nice little experiment to see if I can do my makeup using anything. And for the most part, I can. Yeah, this color is definitely for our more daytime girls. But if I'm just mapping out my crease, it'll do just fine. I'm coming at you guys right now in a full beat and just eye makeup missing. And big old red lips. I kind of look like Miss Richfield, who's on my shirt today if you can't see. Just big old red lips and no eye makeup. I actually got to see her in Provincetown a bunch of times. She's at the same place I was, so I saw her show like a million times. And it kills me how girls like that can do shows and it's a different kind of patter and banter with their audience every single show. Like, it just goes to show you like what a total drag queen pro is like. It's super awe-inspiring. All right, that's mapped out. Let's go in and start coloring. We're gonna darken this up a little bit using Mystic. And we're just going to start building. Now I kind of noticed I didn't swatch this for you guys. If you want me to start swatching these things, let me know. I'll start doing it right down below and let me know. Because normally I don't really go by swatches because I feel like I want to see how it actually looks on the eye. Like, I think Rich Lux's friend Luscious Massacre said that, and I couldn't agree more, where it's like, I don't care what this stuff looks like swatched on your hand. Like, your hand's not your eye. How does it blend? How does it apply? Like, how's that gonna work? Like, your hand doesn't tell me anything. But if you guys get comfort out of seeing hand swatches, let me know and I'll incorporate it into more of these videos. But for me personally, I don't really see the point in them. Like, I'm more of a drag queen of action. I want to just see how it looks when you start using it and digging into it and getting all messy and not so neat in the pan. Let's blend that a little bit. So you have a clean brush, blend her out. So yeah, a lot has been going on since I got back from LA. I have a possible Christmas show coming up in December. I don't want to talk too much about it because you don't want to throw things out there until it's all officially solidified, but look for me in December. I will be doing something. As well as I have a busy October. Miss Cracker's gonna be here in Milwaukee, so I'm really excited to meet her. I finally get to see those gigantic wigs of hers up close and in person so I can inspect them and see how they're all made. Watch her come with flat hair that day. Ugh. All right, we got our black eyes on. Let's put in some more color. I'm going to cut my crease using some liquid lipstick. This one is Drug Lord, because y'all know how I do. And if you guys haven't seen, Movie Bitches has released my collaboration I did with them. We did a review of Russ Meyer's Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, a cult classic from the 1960s. And I have to say, I was so happy to be able to collaborate with them because, I don't know, I like YouTubers that come at the reviews with a really smart approach. Like, it's not just, you know, somebody sitting there spewing off nonsense. Like, they actually come from like a nice stance and it's very unbiased. That like movie reviews is really near and dear to my heart because I feel like that's one of the huge inspirations I've had to actually get into doing YouTube. Like, it was all those critic shows from the early days of YouTube, like Nostalgia Chick, Obscurus Lupa, all these really smart girls putting out this nice, well put together content with really thoughtful insights on novels and movies and media. That's what really inspired me to get on YouTube and do shows like Idol Worship and Drag Herstory. And of course, my life-changing Drag Eye. There's also a new episode of that, don't miss it. It features Eddie Danger, who you may know from the lap dances on Hey Queen. I'm gonna go in next with Gem, this really beautiful purple color. I'm excited to dig into that. A little more of that, we'll put it under the eye as well. And it's time to glam up this inside of the eye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with Bling Bling. Now this one's the brightest one in the palette. So I'm really gonna emphasize pressing it into the inner corner and just feather it upward, and then go in with a deeper color. And just flip that brush around, and on the other side I'm gonna use Ballsy. Put that right here. All right, let's take another clean brush. I'm just gonna blend this out a bit. All right, I'm gonna line underneath my eye using Milk by NYX. Okay, I'm just gonna speed through my eyeliner quick. You've seen me do this a million times, and I'll be right back. Whew. All right, and we're back. Now, doing Movie Bitches actually reminded me of something. One of the big components of being on that show is that they drink wine, and I actually don't drink anymore. I've been sober now for about, I want to say going on 5 months now. And the reason I don't drink, I'll actually tell you. Picture it, I am at a viewing party in the Midwest, and I may have had, let's just say, 8 shots of Fireball to, you know, loosen up. People kept bringing them to me, and I figured, well, if they're here, I'll drink them. And so I'm sitting there and I'm slinging back these Fireball shots in the midst of discussing the show and watching it and seeing everything unfold and all the events unfold that's going on it. And suddenly, you know, everything just kind of gets a little hazy. And at one point I stopped really remembering what happened. I remember sitting there, I remember performing, and then from that point to the car ride to the hotel, it's all kind of like here and there. I remember I was in the car back with the person that was put in charge of driving me around, and I remember carrying on a conversation with this person, full on looking over at them, believing that they were Asia O'Hara. Like, you could not tell me any different. I was giving her sage advice. I was giving her this great career advice on how to do bookings and how to talk to people and how to really behave yourself on the road. Meanwhile, this was not Asia sitting next to me. This is a completely random person. I am just schlockered out of my mind. And we get back to the hotel and they let me out, and I'm dragging my suitcase in full geesh, blonde hair and all. I'm somehow managing to get myself from the first floor all the way up to the 3rd floor where my room is. I'm going down the hallway and I get to a certain point where I'm about 4 feet from my room. I remembered where I was, and I have to dig out my keys because I had it in the upper carrier part of my bag. So I'm sitting there in full geesh with nails and tits and everything on, just digging through, trying to find where I left my key. Looking through there, suddenly I feel a wetness, and then it dawns on you, I'm peeing right now. I just peed in the hotel hallway in full drag. And while this is happening, I'm thinking, well, might as well just let it finish to the end. It's fine. I find my key and I take some nice wet steps to the door of my hotel room, get myself in, take off everything, and from there proceed to stumble onward into the bedroom, into the bathroom to try and shower and wash out my tights. Although in hindsight, those tights were really, really dirty, and I've been touring in that dress forever, so the alcohol in my system probably cleaned the dress, if anything. So I throw my tights in the sink and I wring them out, and I'm feeling a little stumbly, so I stumble my way over to the bed and collapse backward on the bed. Now, somewhere from here to there, I had my phone on, and I was on Facebook Live, and apparently people told me that caught the live, because it's only about 6 minutes long. It's me looking at the phone like, and then all they see is ceiling. It's like Anita Bonita Brown live. It's great. Then it cuts out because my friend Dixie, my thankful friend, called me, which cut my phone out. I remember like passing out and then waking up a little bit later and keeling over the bed, looking down at the floor, and then from this point in the story, I'm not too proud of what happened next. I move my joggers towards the edge of the bed, which are on the floor, and I proceed to vomit onto said joggers because I figured as long as it's on the joggers and not on the floor, it's fine, because then I won't, like, you know, destroy any kind of hotel code and they won't have to pay for the room's damages. So I'm thinking about this in my mind as it's happening, and then I feel better and I fall backwards on the bed again and proceed to sleep. I'm woken up by my 3 alarms that I set myself, because I always set 3 alarms because I have to catch early planes half the time. And I wake up to a smell and a throbbing headache and my phone ringing. I sit up, I look down, I see the damage from last night, and I don't want to think about that right now. I look to go see who's calling me. It's Dixie, and she proceeds to tell me what happened. That I was on live, and thankfully, like, you couldn't see anything, but we definitely can tell you were drunk. And I was like, oh God. And then from there, I proceed to look down at my joggers and remember that it's the only pair of boy clothes that I packed. So I pick up these joggers, I bring them over to the hotel sink, and I proceed to throw in as much soap as I can. Shampoo, conditioner, hand soap. I continue to do some Little House on the Prairie kind of system of wringing it out and, you know, dry it with the hair dryer that they give you. Just trying to get it as clean as possible, because I know I have to wear these in the airport and I don't feel like getting on a plane and drag. It's gonna be too much to explain. So I proceed to wash out my joggers in the sink of the hotel and commence my walk of shame, where I confess everything that happened to my Uber driver, who got 5 stars and a $10 tip for hearing me out because she was so good. But from that point on, I decided, you know what? Maybe drinking isn't for me. So I've been sober ever since. All right, well, this is the completed eye look. I just have to put on some eyelashes and my wig, and I will be right back.
Welcome back. Here I am, kittens. How do you guys feel about that story time? It was so emotional. You know, like in here kind of so emotional. Not like I'm gonna lift my wig up or anything emotional, you know what I'm saying? This is the final result. Well, almost final result. I have a few finishing touches I can do for you right now. I just have to add a little bit of glow to my diet. Using Anastasia, of course. Thank you, Drag Race. Brighten up those cheeks. Maybe a little more. And can't forget the nose. Much, much better. I feel so much better about myself. Thank goodness for highlight, am I right? Oh, and of course, you gotta set the face. And boobs for good luck. Now, this was the Jaclyn Hill palette. I showed you it before, and that's how it looked. I'm actually not mad at it. It's my first time using Morphe products at all, and it's not bad for the price point. I mean, it's only 15 bucks, so I mean, what really are you throwing away? I'd say like the Vault collection's really not that bad. Considering how much makeup is actually there, you get a whole lot for the price point, which is like 15 bucks with tax. So it's really not so bad. It's Jaymes Mansfield approved. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I do have merchandise available down below if you're interested. And if you like these videos, why not have one of your very own with my cameo? The link is down below. I'll say just about anything within reason. And if you're gonna be in the New York area at the end of this month, I will be at RuPaul's Drag Con all 3 days. Come and see me. We can talk about our emotions. And until next time, bye. Where's the vault?
Click here and see the Trixie Mattel Sugar Pill collection. Or hear my truth about the beauty community. It's so emotional, you guys. Come on, click it. You know you want to. If you don't click it, I'm gonna tell everybody your real dress size. Click it!